If you could go back in time to prevent a massive environmental disaster and equally huge waste of taxpayer dollars, would you? Most people say yes to this question without hesitating. However, they also say yes to supporting the Keystone XL pipeline without hesitating, and they wouldn't if they really knew the facts. The Keystone XL pipeline should not be built. It is a potential environmental disaster, waste of money, and very unnecessary. 5.3 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide will be released into the atmosphere over the proposed lifespan of the pipeline, and the potential for massive spills and destruction of pristine nature preserves during construction is very high. For example, in the Sand Hills Nature Preserve seen here, one of the most pristine and unique and fragile ecosystems in the world, and the pipeline traverses very close to its border, which is largely undefined. It is unnecessary to build the Keystone Pipeline when a regular pipeline already exists and all other alternatives exist for getting oil to Asia. This is a massive waste of taxpayer money and will not produce the resulting jobs as promised. The environmental impacts of the Keystone XL pipeline are guaranteed to be negative and could be hugely disastrous. The probability from spills from this pipeline are high and more threatening than conventional spills because tar sand oils sink rather than float, making cleanup efforts more difficult and costly. The Keystone XL pipeline would traverse 6 U.S. states and cross major rivers, including the Missouri River, the Yellowstone River, and the Red River, as well as key sources of drinking and agricultural water, such as the Ogallala Aquifer, which supplies fresh water to more than one-fourth of America's cropland and provides drinking water for over 2 million people. Not only have indigenous communities been forced off their land in Canada, but also those living downstream from tailing ponds have seen spikes in rates of rare cancers. If the Keystone XL pipeline is built, the same problem could happen in America. The Keystone pipeline already exists. The XL pipeline is a greedy addition that will be obsolete in a few years after its construction anyway. The majority of this oil will go to energy-hungry Asia. So why have a pipeline travel south when a better option would be to have an alternate pipeline travel west through Canada, negating unnecessary risk to American soil, and give a more direct route to the west coast for easier delivery to Asian markets? Corporations only want a quick profit for the Keystone XL pipeline, and will deliver that, I'm sure. The pipeline already exists with the same exact destination. But the oil companies want bigger and faster profits. They don't care about the risk of environmental disasters. They just want faster profits. As you can see by the map here, there already is a direct route from the oil fields in Edmonton directly to the west coast. This is a perfect example of how the oil companies don't value safety and environmental concerns. They just value massive profits, building additional pipelines which we don't need. The Keystone XL pipeline is a waste of taxpayer money. It will not deliver on any real job growth. Lawmakers and oil lobbyists have been saying the Keystone XL pipeline construction will create over 120,000 jobs. This is simply false and misleading. While it will create jobs, most of them will be temporary. According to TransCanada itself, the company is building this pipeline, 42,000 temporary jobs will be created for the XL pipeline. These jobs are only 1 to 2 years in length. Only 35 permanent jobs in America will be left behind to operate and maintain the pipeline. Hardly worth Americans paying $7 billion in tax money for only 35 permanent jobs.